started playing beach volleyball in my backyard. I started playing with my friends and just, we threw up a net that was on a tire, a super droopy net. We used like garden hose for lines, and we started playing. And we played so much that we wore out the grass. Like it was just dirt. So we would just play and play and play, and fell in love with it there. My biggest inspiration was my dad. I mean, he was an athlete, and he was continually like telling me things about how to compete. Like he was a basketball player, he was a golfer, but he was continually teaching. And so for me, like going into a world of professional sports, like I took every word that he gave me and used it. My first rating came in Manhattan Beach in a AAA, the Manhattan Beach AAA. I just moved here from Utah. I had no idea what the rating system was. I went with Ryan Mariano, and we won the tournament. And we won it, and everyone was like, "You just got your AAA at the Manhattan Beach." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm excited." And then another person would tell me, and for like weeks, everyone kept bringing up this AAA that I won in Manhattan Beach. And I was like, "Oh, so that's a big deal." Honestly, I didn't understand it until I kind of got involved with it. Toughest opponent was one person. It was Phil Dahlhauser. Phil Dahlhauser was the best player of my generation. And he was somebody that I had to compete against. I have 43 titles, and the fact that I got those titles with Phil Dahlhauser in the tournament, I take extreme pride in that. My biggest win was in Rome. It was a world tour event, and it was to solidify the Olympic berth for the 2012 Olympics. It came down to that event. We had to beat out another American team, and they took third in the event. We took first, and we had to do that to win it, or to get the Olympic berth, and it was a Grand Slam. My favorite partner was Sean Rosenthal. I played with him for 7 years. He was the reason he was my favorite is because we grew up together. We were both coming into this world of like winning, making money, playing the sport I loved, and we were just kind of learning how good we could be together. And so we played that, and we did it together. And it was just a magical time. My favorite venue was actually Chicago. I loved it. I loved it for the nightlife. Like the people there are very into volleyball, and they don't get to see it very often. Like here, outside of that, it's every California beach. But in Chicago, they don't get to see high-level beach volleyball that often, so they get so excited that it feels extra special. The best advice I have for younger players is put the best team around you, which means put the best partner with you, put a good strength coach, put a good coach, put a good system around you, and then see how far you can go. Being inducted into the CBVA Hall of Fame is starting to feel overwhelming. Just even talking about it so much is I would have never guessed it. Like you talked to me 20 years ago, I'd say you're out of your mind if you tell me that I'm inducted. So for me, it's just an absolute honor.